I'm an Assistant Director of Marketing and Communications for the Office of Housing and Residence Life. We are in the brand new, newly renovated Schmidt Wilson, part of the Johnson complex here. And we're going to give everybody just a few seconds to join on. My camera person, Angie, she'll wave here. She's going to be fielding questions for you. We want to confirm that everybody can see the video, good to go. So if you can see us, give us a big thumbs up, say hi in the comments. We'll just want to make sure everybody can see before we get started here. So Johnson, this has been closed for a few years. It's been under renovation. We're actually, as you go through it, we're still getting a few things ready here. And it's just going to be a very awesome facility. So a few things to know while we're waiting to make sure everybody can see us and hear us is that it is the home of the theater and dance living learning community along with the design living learning community. So what a living learning community means in terms of living space, that we've designed this space to be conducive to people with those majors. So if you're a theater and dance major, before you had to go across campus to different buildings to have some of the facilities needed. So what we've done here is kind of designed it so that you don't have to leave and you can practice what you're learning in class where you live. So for instance, we're in the main kind of area right now, kind of the front lobby lounge area. In a few days, they're actually putting a stage up underneath that screen up there, and that's going to be kind of like a theater hall here. That's why it's designed like this. So you can see some of our really colorful and bright furniture, and this is kind of that first initial area when you walk in. Now, here's the front desk. So when you come into the residence hall, we have revolving doors and regular doors if you're scared of revolving doors, just in case. And this front desk here is where you can rent equipment. Say you want to go and cook and you don't have a pot or pan, you can actually check it out and you can return it here, so it's a nice place there. And also if you're bringing guests in, you can actually get their paperwork signed up here, you can ask questions, you can get quarters. They have a lot of front desk services. We've got a lovely couch lounge area here as well. So this is kind of your front initial intake into the building. So now what I do want to say is that Angie, she's running the camera, she's also fielding live questions. So if you have any questions about anything during this walkthrough, please just leave a comment. Angie will look at them, she'll read them off to me, she stops me in the middle of conversation, so we know that's what's going on. We also have a handy tape measure, and if we don't know an answer to something, we will follow up and post the answer later on. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want. I know for a lot of you, this is your first time seeing inside the new Johnson building, so Schmidt Wilson here. It's only like my fourth time being in here. So it's really cool, and there's bound to be a lot of questions, so feel free to ask them as you go. So now with Ball State, you need to have an ID to access the living areas. So in Schmidt Wilson, the sensor, it's a proximity-based sensor right here. You'll hear a click, and now we are in the secure living area. So we have stairs right here. We'll go into the fitness room in a second, and elevators. So let's go take a look at the fitness room real quick. Again, you need your Ball State ID, and you just tap it. Residents of this hall have access here. So it even smells like brand new in here. We were talking about that as we were prepping for this. But you have 4 different treadmills, 2 elliptical machines, what I like to call a moonwalker machine. You have your medicine balls, workout balls, some mats back there that haven't been opened yet, and a bike. So this is open to all students. Typical hours for these run from 7 a.m. to midnight. There will be TVs. We actually have jacks and ports up there for TVs and plug-ins. They're just not set in here yet. And I can't stress enough, we are not all the way done in Johnson or in Schmidt Wilson yet. We are working on it. It will be ready before you move in, but we've got a lot of work to do over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So now let's go down and show you some of the amenities here at Schmidt Wilson. We'll go up to rooms here in a second, but let's show you what we got down this hallway. So when you come in, this is immediately to your left, and there are some lovely signs that describe everything that's here and give you room numbers. So if you ever get lost, look for these wonderful signs and they'll direct you. So as we go down, we have your outgoing mail collection box here. Just drop your letters in, they'll get sent. We have all of your mailboxes.
Jasmine asked, do you have to swipe to get into the fitness room?
Yes, and actually you don't have to technically swipe. Your card is activated with a proximity sensor in there. When you put it up to the little pad, it'll actually unlock the door. So there's no swiping, but you do have to use your ID. Mailboxes, we deliver mail each day. You'll get a tumbler lock code here, and you'll get that when you move in. You come down here, we advise you check it 2 or 3 times a week. If you have a big package, obviously your big package from Amazon is not going to fit in that little box. We get that. So we have a mail room behind that. We'll actually either stick a slip in here to tell you you have a package, or we'll send you an email from the front desk to tell you to come down and pick up your package. So you got all your mailboxes here. And something to note, there are 8 floors to Schmidt Wilson. So you'll see we get up to number 836 here. So you have all the mailboxes in one location. You don't have to go anywhere else for that. So now we're going to talk about, here are the hall director's offices, just so you guys are aware. They're very good people. You have Zach and Michael here. You can come in, say hi. They're the ones who kind of operate this building. So over here, we've got 2 different rooms we're going to showcase. First is the computer lab. This is what the proximity sensor does. You simply tap it and you'll hear a ding. So this is motion activated lights, and this is only available to those residents here at the hall. So we've got Mac computers. Looks like we have 2, 3 of those. Then we have PCs. We have scanner units. We have a printer unit here. And this is paid for by your technology fee at the university, or for the Housing Residence Life office. So you have access to this all the time. Free prints. Come down and print whatever you want, whatever you need. And all of these computers are loaded with some really nice software so that you can have access to like Adobe Creative Cloud and some other great softwares that are in here. So you don't have to go buy it from the computer store or anything like that. We provide that here for you. Do we have a question, or did I hit that?
You hit that. They asked if we had Adobe, and we have the whole suite.
Yep, the whole suite's there, and you guys can access it at any time. All you need is your Ball State ID to get in. Now, when you get in here, you will have to log into the computers. That takes your Ball State credentials, so your username and password, and you're good to go. So right next door is the laundry room. Let's see if we can get the light to turn on in here. Oh, that's crazy, man. We were doing it a minute ago. There we go. Locked in, so sorry about that. It was kind of funny. We couldn't figure out why the light wasn't going on earlier. So here's your laundry room. This is for the entire building. I know we'll get asked that almost immediately. For the entire building. These are all washers. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 washers. And it looks like you have 6, 12, 16 dryers. Cost to wash is $1.50. Cost to dry is $1.25. Now, the Cardinal Cash machine is not in here yet. That's going to be installed shortly, but you can pay in 2 different ways. You can pay with your Cardinal Cash if you load money onto your card. It's kind of like a debit card account. Or you can pay with coin. So you can get coins at the front desk, but Cardinal Cash is way more convenient. Looks like we have a question.
They just asked, do we have a laundry card, or do you use your ID? And you just answered that.
You would use your ID. Now, detergent is something we get asked all the time. You can bring liquid detergent, but we're going to recommend the pods. The pods are a lot easier, they take up less space in your room, and you're not going to spill them everywhere. Pods are real easy. You just pop them in, you throw them in here, or you can just toss them into the washer themselves.
That's right.
And it'll take care of it.
Yeah.
So it's all depending on how you like to do it, but you do have like pre-wash, detergent, bleach, and fabric softener if you like to do it the old school way. So we'll move on and show you some of the other things here in the building. So we keep on coming back just a little bit farther down here. So you got a long hallway, and like I said, there are signs everywhere. They're going to tell you what's down this way. So vending will be back in this area. It is not set up currently. Over here are community restrooms. They are unisex, so you can use any of these, or your family, friends, if they may be staying with you, or guests can use these. There is a design studio, so that's a living learning community piece, and I'll talk more about that in a second, but it looks like we have a question.
Should we stay down with the laundry while it's going? And do we have to use high-efficiency detergent?
High-efficiency detergent is recommended because there are high-efficiency machines. Now, when it comes to staying with your laundry, you don't have to stay, but you need to go get it right when it's done. So you can set a timer on your phone saying, hey, it's going to be an hour and 10 minutes, and come back down. But if your clothes are left in there over time, we'll actually remove them, and they can be placed aside. So you need to be down there with it, kind of. Don't go trek across campus, but you can set timers to go back down. Any additional questions before we move forward? Okay, so you have the unisex bathrooms, the design living learning community piece. So this is going to be kind of an area for all those people who do design work. So it kind of doubles for theater and dance people who do like sets and everything, but it can also be for architects or anything else that kind of does the design angle of it. So the equipment that'll be in there is still being determined right now. Actually, our living learning coordinator is actually purchasing it. It's getting delivered. So that room will be set up, but currently if you walk in it, it's just going to have some chairs and a table. It's going to be really cool when it's done, but it's not to that point yet. So that's going to be one of those rooms.
Frank Lucio just shared our video. Thank you, Frank.
Awesome, Frank. So Vinny will be back here once it's put in. This is a dance studio. So part of the theater and dance living learning community, we decided to throw a dance studio in your residence hall. So if you look here, you got the nice floor, you got your bar up here, you got your mirrors, and this is right downstairs. All you have to do to get this is use your Ball State ID. It's part of the living learning community. So before there were spaces in Carmichael or the buildings near Emmons, but now you can actually get and practice right where you live. So this is one of the really cool features. There'll be hours, probably 7 to midnight. They haven't been determined yet, but to use this space. My guess will also be that you'll have to reserve it if you'd like to have set times, but it's also kind of first come, first served when it's open. That's all to be determined. You'll probably hear that at your floor meetings, just kind of some background there. So we'll continue to move along. That custodial's that hiding. Trying to get out of the video. They're actually been doing a really awesome job getting everything ready here. Still a little bit more to get ready, but they've been doing fantastic. So, music room, we could take you in here, we can show you briefly. It's still getting put together. But you're going to have 3 different areas for the music. You'll have a bigger room in the back and then 2 smaller rooms. All of these are soundproof, have carpeted walls, carpeted floors so you can practice. There will be an upright piano and a keyboard in here, which I can see the keyboard right now. Also a computer with some software for music editing, but this will all be finished before you guys move in.
How many floors does this hall have?
It has 8 floors, so there are 8 floors total. Now, I'll have to turn on the lights real quick here, but we're going to go into something else that everybody's been really excited about. So what we're in now, and it's going to look really dark and black on the screen, it's called the Black Box Theater. So this is for our theater folks who are going to be living here and need a place that is dark and black without a set, or they can put their own set in to practice. So this is a learning living piece that is in here. Now there will be some other equipment and furniture in here, but that'll be at a later date.
Someone asked, is there an elevator? And yes, it goes to every floor.
Yep, we'll show you where the elevator is as we go up to the rooms here in a little bit. But Black Box Theater, I know it's really dark and black, but you'll see there's carpet on the walls there, a bunch of outlets.
Jim Haig shared our video. Thank you, Jim.
Hey, Jim. We're just kind of having a little fun showing people stuff. And I will say the only 2 things that are not black in here are the fire alarms and the exit signs. Everything else is black. So that's what we have in here.
Swanky.
We have a seminar room, and there's a little bit more stuff that way. Nothing that really applies to you guys, so we're not going to go that way. More custodial stuff and like a loading dock area. So we're going to go back this way. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to show you a lounge. We're going to show you kind of the kitchenette area, and then we're going to go in a room and show you some restrooms. So if you have questions, now's a great time. We're kind of going to be walking backwards to the elevators here. So please feel free to ask, and we'll get as many of them answered as possible. You guys are kind of getting a sneak peek. Very few people have seen inside this building yet. So if you're watching this, you're one of the first to actually see the new Schmidt Wilson. So I think I've only taken a few tours in here. We've had the theater and dance faculty that have come through with our living learning coordinator. We've had the Daily News, which is the news source here. We have marketing communications from Ball State coming in a few weeks, but very few people have been in here to see it. So you guys are going to behind the scenes look.
What time is the computer lab open?
So from my understanding, and I need to confirm this, I believe it is 24 hours, but I do not want to say that and be incorrect. So I'll confirm and then post that answer in the comments for you.
Goodness, so many questions. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, keep them up. We'll go on in an elevator, so it'll be a great time to do it. Little loud elevator, I apologize.
I think someone asked what the do's and don'ts are for decorating
So
your room.
Essentially, the do's and don'ts of a room. You can decorate, but if you're going to put things on the walls, you must use a 3M product. We have a bunch of them here during move-in. Use those 3M with the removable back, because if you damage the wall, we'll actually bill you when you leave. So you can put things on the wall, but do not damage the wall. So use those 3M products, and you'll be good to go. So no pins, no nails, nothing like that. Since it is a brand new residence hall, those are kind of our standard rules. So you can decorate, just use the furniture as decorations, or use the 3M products.
Is it true that we have to fulfill requirements in order to live in the dorm?
You have to hit certain marks of like grades. You can have disciplinary issues. All those policies are found on the Ball State Housing website. You can see what those are, but there's not a lot of requirements other than being a good student. And you're here to be a student first. That's why we're housing you here, so it shouldn't be that hard. But those are the kind of the ones that I know.
When will we know what rooms the students will be assigned to?
So you will get notified of which room you'll be placed in when you check in on either August 16th or August 17th. So the way this works, and we had this question earlier, so I confirmed it and I wanted to run through it. We have placed people in halls. They're technically placed in a room right now. But as we move along, there will be a chance that things can be switched. Somebody may drop, someone may move, someone may decide they're not coming to Ball State. We may rearrange a few things. That may mean you get placed in a different room on a different floor just to make it even. So we do have gender-based restrooms, so we may have to move that. So we have a room placed for you, but we won't give that to you until the last minute when you move in because we don't want the information to be incorrect.
Someone asked, are you saying 3M and what those are?
So 3M, they're like the little command hooks. So command hooks, they're the little sticky things.
Yeah,
they're
they're
on
the
the
sticky
back.
guys for
so you
posters.
have like the clear ones, the ones that are removable. Basically, they have that little piece at the bottom that you can pull it, and it's like a putty that comes off the wall. So those would be the products.
Do people in Botsford-Swinford have access to the Schmidt-Wilson music rooms in this dorm?
No, they do not. They have their own in Botswana. Any additional questions before we move on to rooms and talking about the lounge and kitchenette area?
Those are the ones I caught, but if I missed yours, just re-comment.
Okay, so right here, we'll just look at the lounge. We've got a nice little area with tables, chairs, ficus, lamp, staircases right here. Got some couches, and then we go into the kitchenette over here. So everybody always asks, what kind of kitchen equipment do we have? We have a fridge. You have an oven, you have a stove, a microwave, and a sink. Now, you can't just put stuff in the fridge and leave it. We don't do that. But you actually have access if you need to store for a short period of time, need to bake cookies, muffins. There's also a lot of equipment you can check out from the front desk. So you don't have to have a pizza pan in the oven or a pizza pan in your room. You can actually check it out from downstairs. So that's kind of what you can use this area for. I know another question we're going to get is the closest dining facility. So the closest dining facility is La Follette Square, which is located right over there. It has 3 different areas in it. You have a buffet, then you have a out of bounds and courtside, which are like a convenience store type area, and then you have one that has like fresh subs and pizzas that you can customize. Looks like we have 4 or 5 questions
Got
here.
a lot. Also, we have 100 viewers. Thank
Awesome.
you guys. Are the elevators available at any time, or do students have to use the stairs all the time?
You can use the elevators anytime, but if you want a good workout, use the stairs.
Are the fitness rooms on every floor?
No, the fitness room is down on that first floor only.
Are the floors co-ed?
Yes, we'll get more of that in a minute, but yes, every floor is co-ed.
Is there a kitchen on every floor?
I'm not sure if every floor has a kitchen, but I know there will be at least one like every other floor. I can confirm and get back to you on that. I don't have the exact answer.
All right.
Any additional questions, or did we get through all of those?
I got through it. You already answered closest dining.
Oh, awesome. Then you also have Quiznos over in the rec center area, Neuer Center, and the Atrium, which are pretty close. You have a Tom John food shop over in Kinghorn, the Micro Cafe in Studebaker West. You're not far from anything over here. So just to kind of a heads up, looks like we have another question.
Do we start moving into our dorm if we signed up for a summer program?
So the way early arrivals work, you would have received an email last evening or this morning. So you're going to get specific instructions on what time you can move in. When your meal cards are activated, you're going to get a nice PDF with a lot of frequently asked questions. So check your Ball State email for that information, and then you'll follow those directions to move in. So it all depends on your program and when that is happening.
Do cooking utensils and equipment cost to check out?
No, they are free for you to rent. Usually you have to leave some piece of collateral, so some people leave a phone, keys, something, and that'll secure that down there and you pick it up.
At the front desk?
Yep, at the front desk. Any additional questions? Okay, let's move along to a room. We're going to walk down just a little. Actually, we can use this one. So this is what a typical room looks like. Let me open the blinds real quick. So here is what a room looks like. You're going to find standard items in every room. So currently, trash cans are located right here. They'll probably be put down with trash bags in them. You get a closet for each student. You have loftable furniture. You'll see these beds are pre-lofted for you. Then you'll have a little storage unit, a desk, a chair, and then a dresser unit. This dresser unit does have a secure door up top. Recommend you leave all your valuables at home, but if you do want to bring some, you can actually lock this with a lock. I've never seen anyone do it, but it is an option for you there.
I have a couple questions. Are there vacuum cleaning supplies to use?
No. Broom and a dustpan. This is a laminate floor, or kind of wood grain floor here, so you do not need a vacuum. You can bring a small one, I guess, if you have a rug, but there is nothing here on the floor for that.
We have now that we're in the room.
Yeah, go for it.
Are loft beds in every room, and can the beds be unlofted?
Yeah, so there are loft beds in every room. Now, these are loftable, adjustable beds. So if you wanted this halfway up, you could. All you take is a rubber mallet, pop, pop, on all four corners, and you can lower it down to whatever level you want. So you can also make bunk beds. If you would like to make bunk beds, you can move it over. All furniture has to remain in the room, so if you do get some of the ends off, you have to stick them in the closet to keep them in here. But you can go up to this high, all the way down to here. The current point, just so you guys are aware, because I know you're going to have a lot of questions about this, you have roughly 55 inches underneath it at the highest point, and that's where it's high lofted on that one. Looks like we have a ton of questions. So
yeah.
Just keep them coming. We'll answer as many as we can. Go for it.
First couple, is there a mirror in the room, and are the floors co-ed?
So,
I don't think there is.
The mirror may be in the room. We're supposed to provide one for you. I don't know for sure yet. They're still putting finishing touches on some rooms, so I can't comment on that for sure. The floors are co-ed, so you may have males living here, females down the hall, but all the floors are co-ed.
Are we allowed to rearrange the room if we don't like the original layout?
Yes, you are allowed to do that. It's all furniture is pretty movable, like these are on wheels, so you can move them around. Now, I did find out the other day, when you do move out, you do need to put it in this kind of arrangement again. So take a few photos when you come in, just so you know where to put it, and then you can move out, but you can move the furniture around in any way you want, as long as it's in the room.
Someone asked how to put a carpet down, and I think the best we can do is measure the floor
for a carpet. You just lay it down. You can actually order some if you want. We do provide a service through Residence Hall Association where you can buy carpet and they'll actually deliver it to the room for you. So you can have that done, but really just unroll it. Now measurements, we'll get those real quick. So you're 135 inches across, so just like 11 feet. And then let's put it, if I can get you to hold that.
We'll get to move in tomorrow evening.
I do not know that.
All right.
It might possibly be. I'd talk to Jim Haig about that one. He would probably know. So I do not know that answer. My apologies. Yeah, so we're just answering some other questions here. All about questions today. So,
I'd pull it back if I were you. There you go.
Okay, that's to the dressers. So you're going to be just over 15 feet once we move those dresser units out of the way.
Someone asked, can you loft your bed halfway?
Yes, you can. You can bunk them.
Can we get railings for this?
Technically, and I think this is the correct answer, and I can confirm, they're on a first-come, first-served basis at the front desk. So I think the answer is yes. But you'll want to check with the front desk when you get here to try to get them sooner rather than later. Let me confirm on that, but when I talked to someone the other day, that was what I was told.
All right, someone wants to see the inside of the closet and for me to walk slowly through the room.
Okay, inside of the closet.
Do some pans real quick.
There are really no lights in here, so I can't really show a lot, but you'd be more than welcome. I can give you a measurement of it if you want.
Yes, measurement of the closet.
So it's roughly 48 inches, roughly across, so about 2 feet, and then tall-wise to the top shelf, you're looking at 66 inches. So 65 and a half to the bottom.
There's 2 on each side here.
Yeah, you get a dry erase board on the front that cannot be removed. So it's a great place to leave notes.
How big do you recommend futon size?
Well, it depends on where you want to put it. So you could the way the room is arranged right now, if you move this desk out of the way and maybe set one here and adjusted things, you could fit a futon under the bed. If you're doing a futon under the bed, you're looking at roughly, I'll get you to hold that right there.
Yeah. Oh,
There.
oops.
You're looking at like 79 inches of clearance there, and it's 51 high at the highest lofted point. So you could fit a pretty good sized futon under there, but you would have to move this furniture. If I was doing something, I would probably recommend throwing one of the dresser units in the closet, using that as kind of your other area there, and you get a little bit of extra space.
So many.
Go for it. We'll take all the time we need.
Yeah, do we need to bring a ladder, and where do you get the hammer to help bring the loft down?
Okay, hammer at the front desk. It's a rubber mount. You can check that out. I just saw something that I'm kind of geeking out about right now, so I'll get into that in a second. And then, what was the other question?
Ladder.
Ladder is actually used right here, so you don't get a ladder. Your bed equipment is a ladder. You can climb up these there. So I do want to show you guys something because I'm really excited about it. Outlets. Got 2 outlets here.
Someone just asked about that.
What?
Someone just asked about those.
So got an outlet here, an outlet over there, Ethernet port. Now here's what's really cool. So you have outlets here that have USB ports. So there's 2 USB ports per outlet, which I'm kind of thinking that's awesome. So there's also on this side. Now please note, one thing that you guys do not have is cable. So this room is no longer wired with cable during the renovation. So you have Ethernet port. What we found is like 85% of students stream their media. So we have the Ethernet port to allow you to hook up to your smart device, but there's no cable in the room.
Is there a limit on how many watts a microwave or fridge can have if we bring one?
Yes, that is on our policies page on the Ball State Housing website. I'll share that afterwards when I go back through the comments, but you can go on there, bsu.edu/housing. On the right-hand side, policies, and then appliances would be the one you want to click.
What would be the best thing to use to hang things on the wall so we don't damage the paint?
3M products. Those are the only things you're allowed to use on these walls.
The sticky back.
Yep.
Boys.
So the Command Strips 3M products.
Does every corner have that corner sticking inwards? What is he talking about?
You're talking about these over here? It depends on the room. I don't want to say everyone has it, but I would be willing to bet the majority of them do.
Will the desk fit in an empty spot on the right of the bed? I think he's talking about this.
Hold on. Let's get you a measurement here.
On this side it will, I think.
So you currently have 62 inches to the edge of the bed here. And your desk is 45.5. So yes, it could fit there. Now your chair may be the issue of moving it back and forth, but it could fit on that edge.
Someone asked how thick the mattress is.
Well, we can give you an exact bit here. It is roughly 9 inches thick. Now, beds here have kind of an interesting feature. So there's a firm side and a soft side. So if you don't like how one side is, you can flip it over and go on the other one.
Someone asked about towel racks and hooks, and those are in the bathrooms.
Yes, those are in the bathrooms. Check on the back of the door, nothing. And you have a rod in here you can hang things on, but they're going to be in the bathrooms for the rest of those.
All right.
If you have more questions, please keep going. Let me go ahead and measure the dressers because I know I'm going to get asked that, and the size of the cubbies because I know I'm going to get asked that one.
Can we put up decals?
No, unless you put them up with 3M products. So that would be a negative. 29.5 that way. 23.5 that way. They are roughly 30 tall. So we have that. Measured the bed. Let's measure these cubbies.
We have a couple more questions.
Yeah, go for it. Cubbies, you're going to get just 15.5, a little more across. You're going to have roughly 12.5 high.
Someone asks, where would you recommend to put a TV? And can you control the AC in the room?
Okay, so yes on the AC. Thermostat is located right here. So you can find that there. Now, TV, if I was picking a spot, I would be close to the Ethernet port and the plug-in.
Right there.
So it's right here.
You could put it right
You
there.
could put it here. You could put it anywhere you want, but I would recommend near that. It's just my personal preference.
It's honestly where, however you decide to set up your room.
Yes.
Do the windows open?
So yes, there's a 2-system open here. You simply go pop, and you'll turn it. I'm not sure these have been opened before, so yep, there we go. So they open to that length.
Someone asks, have you gone in the closet yet? We have, but we can show you again.
Yep, show you again real quick. closet.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
There's another one on this side. So
Yeah.
2.
What other questions do you have? Let me get you a top measurement of this guy, just for those who are at home planning. 17 and a half, 17 and a half.
Someone asks, can you have over-the-door hangers?
40, hold on, we'll get to that. 45 and a half, and then width is 23 and a half. Over the door hangers, probably not. It's going to be a no.
Do you have to provide your own Ethernet cords?
I believe that is a yes, but I need to confirm. They may have them. I don't know that answer. Let me get back to you on that before I tell you the wrong way, because I don't know. Brandon Dollar, if he's watching right now, he's the tech guy. He'll be able to answer that and listen to him. He'd actually know what he's talking about on here, but otherwise I'll confirm with him on that.
Someone asked, will they be putting cable in this hall?
No, they will not.
And can we hang curtains?
No to the curtains. I found that out the other day. Also with the over-the-door hangers, let me stress that you possibly could if you use these as the door.
Also your ladder, yeah.
So,
what is the thing above the desk?
Thing above the desk, that's a pin board. So this is like a bulletin board that hangs. It can be removed, moved. So it can be placed back there. It can be placed on one of the ladder rungs. It can be stored in the closet if you don't want it, but that's what that is.
Can you turn the AC on and off, or is that controlled building-wide?
Looks like it's controlled, but you can adjust the temperature.
Yeah. Can we assume the other closet is the same?
Yeah, I can show it to you. It's exactly the same. No one gets a bigger closet. Sorry, if you're planning on how to stake out the bigger closet, they're the same.
Can you show us a single room, like an RA dorm?
I don't know which rooms those are. Otherwise, I would take you to go do one of those. Let's see if I see any here. I don't know where they're at, so no, I can't, but we can try to get there at another point.
Brandon Dollar had a very good answer. Ethernet cables are not provided in each room, but are available at Bracken Library for purchase.
That's what I thought, but thank you, Brandon, for answering that.
How big is the pin board, real quick, before we move on to bathrooms?
No problem. Pin board is 29 inches by 23 inches. Okay, any additional questions? We do have a smoke detector in here, just so you guys are aware. So that's up there. We've got sprinkler, we got everything.
Would the chest of drawers and storage bin fit in the closet?
So, okay. Closet, let me get you the official measurement here. 47. This one is 17 and a half, so 30, 47 would be 39 and a half. Yes, they would both fit.
How wide are the windows?
How wide? Window unit, this little shelf here that's there is 60 and a half inches. Any additional questions? We're going to shut the blind to keep the hall cool. And we'll move on to a bathroom. If you have any additional questions about the room, once we're done with the bathroom, we'll come back to a room and answer any final questions in here. So just let us know if you have any additional questions. So now bathrooms are shared. Now I've got to get the official number of how many people share a bathroom. We're going to go down to this one down here. You have those different things. I can see my phone going off. So people of the same gender will share the same bathroom. So if you're male, you're going to be sharing with males. If you're female, you're going to be sharing with female. You can tell that it's also going to be shared across the hall. So like this is room 307 we're standing right next to. That's room 308. So they're going to be actually sharing bathrooms in the middle. So the bathrooms reside in the middle of the building, and the halls, or the rooms out on the outside. So
There's a couple, someone asked, is there anything to cover the windows with? We just
there's a
saw
blind,
those
yes.
blinds.
So like you're looking here right now.
And
you
are
can
the
tell there's a
ceilings
blind.
flat?
What do you mean flat?
I'm not sure.
So you have a little indentation here to a pretty even, I wouldn't say it's flat, but there are some bits there.
Are the bathrooms co-ed?
Bathrooms are not co-ed, halls are. So you will not be sharing a bathroom with anybody but your gender. So you have to use your ID swipe, which mine is in my pocket. You'll hear a click, and you'll be able to go into a bathroom. So the bathroom has 4 different units in it. I'll show you what those look like. You have 4 sinks, 4 different bathroom units. So a bathroom unit looks like this. So you have a toilet. This looks like it's ADA compliant, along with a wheel and shower here. You can go over and take a look at the shower. Toilet paper is provided. The bathrooms are cleaned on a schedule. That schedule will be posted so you know when to vacate the area or plan around. So you have this. The other 3 are exactly the same. You have your sinks, and then through the other side of the hall, you can walk to and see additional rooms on the other side. So these are shared by like genders. So you're not going to have a bunch of males in a female bathroom. Your card access will only let that gender into the bathroom.
What if you have a guest of the opposite gender staying with you?
So you need to make friends with somebody who is of the opposite gender, that is on the floor, or you need to use the community bathrooms downstairs.
What is the ratio of people to bathrooms?
I need to get that official answer. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it is either 8 or 16. I need to confirm, so do not take that to heart. We're going to go check and make sure. I do not know that answer. What other additional questions do we have? We'll sit here as long as you guys need. This is another room. Just wanted to show you guys, they all look the same. So really no surprise here, but it's exactly the same as what it was before. Any additional questions? This is all we really have to show you. There's a trash room that you can dump your trash in. No one gets real excited about that. And I think that's about it. So we'll wait around for a minute or two. If you have additional questions, flood them in. Angie's actually reading them off. We'll answer, measure anything that we have. We'll go from there.
Someone asked, are there trash cans in the room?
Yes. So currently the trash cans are hiding from you. And they're in the closet. They're being stored up there. But they are, you have 2.
And we provide...
You have a recycling and a trash bin, and we provide your trash bags.
Is there anywhere that has just toilets in case someone is in the shower, but you need to use the toilet?
Downstairs, those unisex bathrooms we walked by, those are for your use.
Is there a trash room on every floor?
I believe that answer is yes.
Are students responsible for cleaning the bathroom?
The bathroom will be cleaned by custodial staff, but you're responsible for keeping your kind of sink area clean. Remove your stuff, take it with you, get a shower caddy. But then you're responsible for cleaning your room.
Someone would like to see the closets again.
Okay, closets are a real excitement today. So, Andrew, you have your phone so I can turn on some light in there?
Yes, I do.
We'll swipe up the flashlight real quick and turn that on. So I'll stand in the closet if you guys want to see it in here. But here's what you got. So I'm roughly 5'8", so I'm a little squatted in here. That gives you a size. Both closets are the same. These trash cans will be removed, but that's what you have in here.
Someone asked, hold on. Are there ice machines?
Yes, there's an ice machine. We showed that at the beginning of the video. It is downstairs, right across from the vending machines, and near some restrooms down there.
What is the distance between the desk and the wheelie thing under the bed? Which I think they mean this cubby shelf.
This can be moved, so it's whatever distance you want it to be. So here it's 0 inches, and here would be 16.5 inches. Any additional questions? Sorry for the kind of sarcastic remark there. It was moving, so I wanted to say that.
Yeah, any of this stuff can be moved wherever you'd like.
Yeah, I can move this over here. As you guys can see, you can do something just like this. You can move that out of the way. You can move these over, and you can possibly fit a desk over on that side. There's a lot of different ways you can configure the furniture. This could also fit.
Someone asked what the size of the wheelie cart is.
We already did that, but I'll be happy to do it again.
Oh, it fits right in there.
Yeah, barely. So your dresser unit's going to have a hard time getting in. Just give you guys a heads up. The wheelie thing here, 17.5, 17.5. It is...
Someone asked, are the desks on wheels?
No, they are not. I tried. 30 inches tall.
Does the building have bike lockers?
It does not have bike lockers, but there are bike racks outside. First come, first serve. There are bike lockers over in La Follette that you guys can use. And I need to confirm, they may have put some new ones or are going to put some new ones in. I have an email in my inbox with the exact locations, so I can confirm that and get back with you. Any additional questions? Move-in starts August 16th. That's Wednesday if you're on the premium plan. Standard plan August 17th. You guys start moving in here. You guys will come in from the north side on Bethel. You turn on to McKinley. You'll turn on to Johnson Drive. You'll be instructed what to do at that point. You'll go in. You'll swipe your ID card. You'll get told what room you're going to be in, and you'll start moving your stuff into the halls.
Someone asked what hall this is?
This is Schmidt Wilson, the new renovated hall. It's also in the title of the video.
Is there a drawer that can be locked on the desk and or dresser? Can we bring our own locks?
Not on the desk, yes on the dresser, and it's right up top here, and you can bring your own locks, we will not provide them. So I wouldn't say it's the most secure lock ever, but if you really needed to lock something up, you could.
Someone asked what the earliest is they can move in on August 17th.
August 17th, it's all about your last name. So if you're an A through F, you can start moving in at 9 a.m. If you're a Wilkie like me, it's probably like 1 or 2. You're getting that stuff in the mail. The mailroom just got back to me. They're on their way right now. So you should be good to go, and you should be getting that early next week.
When will we learn what room we're in?
When you check in, you'll hand them your Ball State ID, they'll check you in, and they'll give you your room number at that point. So you will not know until move-in day. Any additional questions? A lot of people this time, a lot of good questions. Appreciate it, guys. As always, if you have any issues or more questions, you can contact us via the phone, 765-285-8000, through email at housing@bsu.edu. You can follow us on social media. We have our Facebook page, our Instagram, our Twitter, and our YouTube channel. Some great information. You want to see how to loft these beds ahead of time? There's a video on that already. You can ask us any questions on our Facebook page. We try to respond as quickly as possible. And then you can also come into the office. We're in the basement of La Follette, living the dream. You guys come down and see us down there and be happy to help you in any way we can. So, any more questions, Angie?
Someone asked about curfew in the building.
So, you live here. There's going to be guest visitation hours. You guys will vote on that when you move in during your first week of hall council or hall meetings. And then you have access to the building at any time. We're not going to come and room check you. You're in here, but there will be night staff desk up front that you'll need to check in with after midnight to confirm you're actually a resident here and not just some random stranger off the street.
Could I get the bed length again, please?
Bed length? Do you want the actual mattress or the loft to loft?
Let's do both.
Okay.
I think maybe mattress, though. For mattresses, you want...
It's the twin extra long.
Yeah.
The mattress is roughly 79 inches. That's a rough estimate, so maybe 79, 80 inches. And if I can get it to say. Loft to loft is 84 and a half. And just so you guys are aware of your clearance you get, because some people are concerned about this, it's going to be roughly 26 inches.
Someone asked, am I moving in on the 15th? I haven't received what time. What should they do?
If you're moving on the 15th, it's a little interesting because we're doing move-ins on the 16th, 17th. If that is the case and you're the 15th, you're an early arrival, you'll need to contact the office. Julie is the lady you'll need to talk to about early arrivals and get you more information there. But you have to be approved to move in early. You can't just show up. Any additional questions? Okay, well, thank you guys for joining. Like I said, we'll be monitoring the questions and answer as many as we can later. But welcome to Ball State, and we look forward to seeing you during move-in.